Hi, I'm Janee. I attended the Winter DTS in YWAM Orlando. We went to Puerto Rico for our outreach, and around week 2, we went to the mountains, to this town called Corozal. And when we got there, we realized that there was no running water, and so there was no drinking water. And so that kind of just set us all into like a little bit of a panic, a little bit nerve-wracking to know that we might not have water for the day, and it was super hot, and we were doing like evangelism and labor, and so we were that was always like in the back of our mind through the whole day, like even making plans. We were trying to figure out how to accommodate that need, and so I was put on an evangelism team that day, and I'd never evangelized before, and so I like didn't know what to expect. I was super nervous. And me and my outreach leader and one other student went with a translator, and we walked up all these super steep hills. It was so hot, and so we would stop at these different houses, and every house we would stop at, we would talk to people, we would pray for them, and we would ask them how life has been after the hurricane. And so everybody kind of had the same story. They would say, the water rose to this level, like my house was destroyed, we haven't had electricity, and we haven't had water for months. And it ended up being a lot of them would have to wait until like springs would like come out of the ground, and they would have to go with buckets and like collect water from the springs just to have like drinking water, just to have like bathing water, cleaning water, whatever it was. And a lot of them had to just purchase water. And so every house we went to, they would say, we haven't had clean water for months, we've had to buy everything, we've had to go through all these struggles. And every single person went back inside their home and came out with water bottles for us, and just like blessed us, or they came out with food, or they came out with lemonade. And it was just like, it was like shocking for me, because I had never seen like such generosity, because it was like we ended up at the end of the day, each of us had probably like 4 or 5 water bottles. And it was just kind of crazy to see how like somebody can say, oh, we've been in such need, we haven't had this for months, and immediately, without us asking, without any prompting, would just come and like give us their best. And it was their best. It wasn't just like Dasani, like they give us their like nice water. And it was just, everyone was so generous. And it was kind of just like shocking for me to see like how people would just, out of the kindness of their hearts, just like do that no matter what, like despite all their struggles. And like they would let us into their homes, they would let us in to like pray for them, and then they would like bless us when we're trying to bless them. And it just kind of like showed me God's character like really strongly, and especially as somebody who had never evangelized before, I was like struck, and I was like, wow, like it's crazy. It was just crazy just seeing how God just like showed through everybody, and how like he was teaching us, and he was supplying for us and providing for us as we're trying to bless and provide and teach. And it was just like, it was like an awestruck moment for me.